This bloody choking disease is spreading, they're saying. But I'm fascinated that in a smart country like ours, we can't institute a proper system in the libraries, in the hawker centres, when we can do it in the car parks. So can somebody come up with a smart app or whatever so that we have no more story about choking, which is such a stupid, primitive system. When this hawker centre debacle happened, surely there were enough national servicemen around who could have stopped the situation. Like the recent case on the train where this violent old gay man wanted to attack this white guy. I mean, luckily this guy who stood up, I'm sure he's a national serviceman. So national servicemen should be our guardians and stop getting people to be violent. Stop promoting violence. This bus driver really takes the cake. Can you imagine? He was almost 2.5 times over the allowable drinking level, and he drove the bus here, there and everywhere, and nobody stopped him. What has happened to the Singaporean National Service people? You mean on that day there were none of you on that bus? And even if you are not National Service, couldn't somebody have stood up and done something about it? Luckily, God was on our side and he didn't kill somebody accidentally. This lorry driver, I hope we catch him and we cane him. And if somebody had died, I would suggest that we hang him. We have too many of these irresponsible people on our roads. Find out who they are and punish them so they don't constantly do it. Perhaps we should have a special group of women, well trained, to handle these poor women who have been traumatized. Spike in child abuse, as far as I'm concerned, you should hang child abusers and you should also hang rapists. Why do we give this guy 17 years of jail in our beautiful jail and have to feed him? Hang him, for all I care. These kids popping smart pills to lift their grades, is so sad to hear that. You know, during our time, when you score 75% in your exams, you are already considered a genius. So I am a genius because I always score 75%. Instead of trying to achieve the 25% more to score 100, which will make you just become a nerd and work for I know who, right? The government, because you're a scholar. I learned how to hunt, I learned how to fish, I learned how to ride a bicycle, I learned how to steal my neighbor's chicken, I learned how to chase boys, and we all became warriors. So what's wrong with our education system that kids have to resort to pills to simply lift their grades? I am truly fascinated how cheap, Charlie, these law firms can be. We are pushing cheaper, better and faster, but these local law firms are getting better. They want it free. You know, there's a word for free labor. It's called slavery. And Ponsak, I know what you're trying to do, but please, can we not promote that word? It means something different to children. Violence. Why are people getting more and more violent? I'm not surprised. We are even encouraging women to fight each other like those stupid men do in the boxing ring and punch each other until they become punch drunk and bleed to death. Training somebody to be a warrior like me and able to defend yourself or to protect somebody else is not wrong. Whilst boredom is a terrible thing for the young, loneliness is a terrible thing for the old. Seniors who live alone risk social isolation. I totally agree with this. People should live like Ho Seng and I. We have an entire community surrounding us, all the farmers, their children, their grandparents, etc. And every day we have kids coming from schools, from homes, etc. Corporate people coming there for events, and we are so busy the whole day. To improve that, I'm even going to build a little cottage at my farm called the Silver Squirrels Lodge, which will be a retirement kind of project for all my friends and cronies who may need a place of solace for just a few days instead of going to a hospital and feeling sick. They can come there, they can be energized, entertained, and complain about our favorite topic, which is, you and I know, it's not sex. These many old people working out of need, not out of choice. I think whether they work out of need, out of choice, they should all be working so that they keep themselves active and don't sit at home and become crazy and don't do anything and become a burden to society. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody should work as long as they're not sick or decrepit. Cheers to the netball youth team for winning the Asian Championship. I'm so proud of you. Cheers.
Years of waiting, finally over.
A beautiful story about a beautiful man. I've known Fandi since a very young fellow. I'm not a big football fan, but I've always followed his career. He's always been a wonderful chap. And now he's made the most brilliant statement. I was born to make people happy. I think that's a brilliant statement. Many of us don't understand why we are born. I think many people should learn from Fandi. Fandi, you're a really nice kid. I love you. Keep doing good. This is a lovely magazine with a lovely article. Open house. At this one-of-a-kind home, the doors are always open. It reminds me of my kingdom at Bollywood. I never sleep with the doors closed too. And I think this guy, Kelvin So, is doing such a kind thing by sharing his house with his community around him. I think Singapore should start having more of such kind houses where people can just drop in, pick up their vegetables, relax, have a cup of tea or a coffee or even better, a whiskey. Cheers. This lovely fellow, To Chung, who gave up everything to start an organization, an NGO, to help kids affected by AIDS virus. Now, this guy is truly a hero and somebody I am proud belongs to my country and is helping more and more people even outside my country. What a beautiful love story. They've been married for so many years. They met in South Africa and decided to make their home in Singapore. And when they passed away, they left 6 million to charities in Singapore. I really admire couples like that who've lived a good and useful life, and even when they're gone, they do something useful. My other inspiration for the week is this lovely Suhaimi, who's a 40-year-old with cerebral palsy who wants to gain financial independence. And I know there are people out there who need help more than me. How wonderful for somebody like her to think of others. I'm definitely going to find out how to contact her and see if she would like to join Bollywood Bakery. My favorite hero of the week, this gentleman, Peter Tay. He's a wonderful guy. He has taken time to spend time to look after his special girl. And what I feel is the best statement anybody can make. What I feel is the most fantastic statement a parent can make is never ever give up on your child. So thank you once again for watching my show. Please subscribe and please continue sending in your comments. We always love to hear from you.